Yes, welcome back, producer friends. Coming at you today with a late night video talking about the perfect template for making house music in Ableton Live 10. This is my default template that I always use. I'm typically making house music, so it's perfect for me to quickly get started, quickly create ideas on the creation side, but also on the mixing side. I can go in and mix things the way I want very quickly because I have everything organized to exactly where I expect it to be. Some of that might be the template, some of it might be familiarity, but either way, it works for me, so I hope it will work for you. I'm going to be giving this template away at my website, whenyouKnowmusic.com. Go ahead and hit the link in the description for that. And first, before we get into it, if you like nerdy content like this, you're a nerdy producer like me, I definitely suggest you hit the subscribe button. I usually post every Saturday. I also post original music here and different breakdowns of my songs. Anyways, the perfect template for making house music in Ableton Live. Let's get into it. Okay, here we are inside my Ableton Live template. I have this one set up as my default, so every time I open it, it just defaults to this template. So I'll start from the top and work my way down. So got 3 groups set up, and they all route into what's called this master bus. I'll explain why that is here in a little bit, but let's start with the first group, which I call effects. The only thing I have on this group is a sidechain that is being routed from the kick channel. And usually I'll come in here and mess with it because I don't always want super heavy sidechain on my effects. But sometimes I do, so I have this in here just in case. Just an empty audio and MIDI channel to get started in there. The next group I have is called my instrument group, I guess you could call it. I just have it labeled INST. Here I have a serum patch, which is just the initial patch already loaded in. And then I have another group here inside of this group where I typically have a sub-bass patch, either operator or maybe another serum patch or something like that. And the output of this subgroup is going into this instrument group. And next I have the drum group, which is laid out first with a empty drum rack. So I can just start throwing samples into a drum rack and start drawing it out in MIDI if I feel like it. Or I have this perk group where I typically will take percussion loops and drop them into this audio track just to get a groove started and moving. And down here I have a kick group, and the way that this is set up is with a drum rack in here, but then I also have a kick MIDI channel, which is taking the input from the kick, the MIDI input, and routing it through this MIDI channel into the instrument group shaper box. This would be replaced by a sidechain if you didn't have Shaperbox, but that would be pretty easy to just quickly modify. I just use Shaperbox because it's honestly just my favorite sidechain plugin. So as you can see, everything is set up pretty simply and laid out pretty openly, so you can just start messing around with pretty much whatever sounds you want to first. Now let me explain why I have everything running through this, what I call master bus. And as you can see here, I have the master bus set to in so we can actually hear all of the inputs going through it. And I have everything gain staged out kind of roughly. So it's going at about -6. So I'm never really clipping the master bus, even when things start to get really full. And so the reason that I have this master bus set up like this and everything's not just going straight into the master output is because towards the end of a track, I'll want to reference when I'm mixing. And I don't necessarily want to create a whole new project file for that. So what I'll do is insert an audio track here, drop my reference track here, and so the audio output, so the audio output of my reference track is going straight to the master, just like my master bus is. If I were to have, mastering plugins and different kinds of plugins on my master, then referencing would be a giant pain in the ass because then everything would be getting processed by my mastering plugins and everything on the master. So the fact that I have everything going through this audio channel before it hits the master makes it to where I can quickly reference tracks easily. I really wanted this template to be quick to start ideas and also set up really efficiently so I can mix really quickly and efficiently. And yeah, that'll do it for my perfect Ableton Live house template. You can grab the download at my website, whenyouKnowmusic.com. Link is going to be in the description. And on your way down there, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, do all the things. And I will be seeing you guys next week. Peace.